Imagine Rado and like renting something like this. Before this move, California had become a place where I was surviving rather than thriving. I was working full-time and still struggling to afford basic things, including groceries. My nervous system was asking for a slower life before I fully understood what life could look like. I first encountered Colorado through astrocartography 2 years earlier. While people around me had spent years telling me I should become a therapist, eventually those separate threads began to feel like an invitation. Choosing Colorado and Europa meant removing what no longer aligned with moving towards myself, not only for me, but for my lineage. Leaving California was complicated because I wasn't only leaving what had become unstable, I was also leaving a place where I'd finally allowed myself to become known. For a long time, I carried the belief that I had to do everything alone, that I could show up for myself, but couldn't assume other people would show up for me. Becoming a regular in this community challenged that story truthfully. The more I fully embodied myself, the more love and care I was able to recognize and receive. During the actual journey, I felt mostly numb. My nervous system had shifted into autopilot and I hadn't completely released California's death grip. But underneath the numbness, I also felt lighter. My body remembered how Colorado felt from my previous visits, even before my mind could fully process that I was moving here. The drive was supposed to take 12 hours. Instead, accidents turned into 28. I slept in parking lots with my dog. My check engine light came on, and at one point I had to backtrack almost 100 miles to find another route. Supposed to be. I knew my move stopped being an idea when I couldn't simply turn around and return to the life I had left. I was grieving, relieved, afraid, slightly disassociated, but I was also completely locked in on reaching the life I had chosen. I drove through dark roads that had terrified me only weeks earlier. But this time I wasn't scared. I kept telling myself, this is simply what I have to do. I have to get there, and although I was physically making the drive alone, the love I had received in California came with me. My friends sent me messages, made me playlists, and reminded me that I didn't have to complete the journey without support. One person created a 14-hour playlist that carried me through the drive. The Surprise Center was another reminder that people had chosen to know, love, and celebrate me. The beauty of this move did not erase its violence. After my movers failed to take everything, I had to throw away most of what I owned just to leave California. It was one of the most traumatic parts of the entire transition. I expected to finish packing alone even after I was no longer physically or emotionally capable of doing it. Then my friends Stephanie and Tom showed up. They stayed from 8 at night until 10 the next morning, and together we cleared the entire apartment. Where I had reached my limit, they carried what I could not. Their presence forced me to receive care at the exact moment I needed it most. And truthfully speaking, this was just such a time that I literally have no words to even express the feelings I had. We were all in autopilot, we were all tired. We all just wanted to power through. I am still grieving what I lost, and I don't want to romanticize having to lose it, but with Tom and Stephanie beside me, the clearing also became kind of shedding. They helped me believe that I could survive the loss and still enter a new beginning. I learned that receiving support does not make the transformation any less mine. I'm just really reflecting on how this was all just a thought that then became a reality that then still has to materialize, I guess. Do I want to drive through the mountains? relaxing, but just more so we're able to just relax a little bit. I've never thought about moving out of state. I've never lived out of state besides Arizona, and it's all funny because I think about how I was at my guardian's house and she drove me to Arizona. Like, she drove me to Arizona, but even at this point, she helped me figure out my car so I'd be able to sleep in here if I need to. And this is going a lot more smoothly than I thought it would. Before Colorado became home, it was a place I visited and imagined myself returning to. At the time, I could not yet see everything that choosing this life would require, but I'm happy that I chose it. For me, the lesson was that sometimes I have to take the leap even when it is terrifying. I had to ask whether the life I was surviving was enough, not whether the people I loved were enough. They were. My environment was not. Leaving allowed me to recognize the harm that the environment was causing while appreciating the community I found there and the person it helped me become. As a counselor, I cannot decide whether another person should leap. I can help them listen to what their body, circumstances, and values are already communicating. Honor the grief involved in leaving, acknowledge the practical barriers, and recognize the support that can carry them through change. Watching Aries run, play, and settle into the sunlight gave me one final form of confirmation. This new life was no longer something I was imagining. We had finally arrived.
He doesn't even know what to do with himself. He doesn't even know what to do. You happy? You happy? You like it? You like it? I think he likes it.